Hey, Facebook. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, everybody has either voted by now or has a plan to vote. Definitely got to participate in this democracy that we call home. Today, we've got kind of a special treat. This one's going to be a little bit of a trip down memory lane. Yeah, kind of a wild deal. This is the second house I ever bought back in 2009, 2010, so like 12, 13 years ago. Um, Yeah, I was a lot younger back then, and a lot of choices back then that I don't think I would make now. One of the cool things, though, that I want to kind of talk about is the way that houses evolve over time, and this one in particular has evolved since I bought it. Even what we're seeing now is the new paint scheme, but when I bought the house, it was just this like ugly brown color, which actually I think is okay because even though more recently we've been trying to brighten up the neighborhoods with exciting colored houses, I think that it's important to kind of acknowledge that the houses change with time. And back then, I didn't know what I know now. We didn't know as much about remodeling, and so this one has been through probably like three or even four remodels over time, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But I think that that's how it should be. I don't think that you should try to build something and make it perfect for one period in time. I think that you should make something as good as possible that will evolve with time. This house was built in 1914, so you know what I mean. It was built before my grandfather was born, and it's changed a lot even over the last 12 years, let alone its entire life. So, yeah, sorry. Everybody likes to know what the hot new coffee is today. Today we kind of are double banging it because I had some roasters in the morning. They've got a India and autumn flavor that I really like. It has some like cardamom and nutmeg in it. And then I had Dash in the afternoon. All right, let's go. So this is a Craftsman Foursquare, and what that means, the Foursquare part, is that it divides the house in four main rooms. And this is definitely not the original door with the house, nor is it the original door when I purchased the house. But trying to think, probably 3 years in, we swapped the door out, and then years later, we swapped out the keypad lock. But this is definitely still the original storm door with the house. So more recently, it just got an upgrade of like the lights and the fans. When I first bought the house, we weren't using these types of products, and then we just recently went over the light floors with dark floors because unfortunately one of the tenants was a little bit hard on it. But this white trim and this light colored paint has been a constant throughout. We've now updated to the Nest thermostat. We did this is what color the floors used to be. Um, but yeah, then we did the painted risers, which is really fun. It still has the leaded glass. We just upgraded it to have the little curtain rod, which I think is nice. But yeah, and then we just did like all of the doorknobs and stuff recently in the flat black, which I think really makes it look nice. Looks like a new light in the dining room as well. This is kind of a funny one. So what happened is this used to just be a window across here, and no deck, no French doors. But there was actually a tree in the backyard that fell into the house, and then it punched a big hole here. And so we were like, well, we've already got a hole. We might as well make it into a back entrance. So that's kind of what that was about. When I first bought the house, this was just like an open space, and they had already run ductwork up here, but they hadn't closed it in. And so that's why you can see the trim isn't complete in this area. This is what color the floors used to be. It was oak back there. This is the pine. This is back when we had white appliances back in the day. And then I think that when it was originally, I think that it was a different kitchen when I originally bought it. We must have swapped this kitchen out a couple of years later, and this was back when those golden oak cabinets were a thing. More recently, we just swapped out the fridge, and since we were going to swap it out, we upgraded it to stainless. This is back when we used to do the granite tile counters and the marble backsplashes, which definitely a back in the day thing. I remember at one point in time, this was just a little pantry. These are the original cabinets that used to be here in the kitchen. But yeah, we added the laundry in the pantry and the little, I don't know if you can see it, but a little half bath. It's actually a really good sized kitchen, all things considered, with the house. This is like the first generation of like the what I call the restaurant faucets. We've since upgraded to generation 2, but this one's kind of a remnant, which is kind of funny. And in this house, we definitely went nuts. So you guys are going to crack up at this. Don't laugh too much, but this was me doing the most. So this house had this really nice basement, and so we were like, "Oh, it has a nice basement. We should fix up the basement." So then we added all of this and added the tile. We sheetrocked the ceiling to make this into some sort of a bonus room. We've got this like 1990s style mirrored door here, and then this is the mechanical room. But this is the best part. You guys are going to love this. So, in all of our infinite wisdom, we decided to turn the basement bathroom into this big European style open floor plan with all the jets. I actually went down to Palisades Kepler State Park and took a couple buckets full of rocks. And so that's what this inlaid rock pattern here is from Palisades. And then we did kind of this like floating sink with the vessel bowl. Oh my goodness, cracked me up. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff with this house that we really didn't have to do, and we were just doing it for the fun of doing it. And then we ended up making this 3-bedroom house into basically like a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom, which is just way overkill. But I don't know, it was fun. So I'm going back in. We're in the dining, living, foyer, coat closet. Take you upstairs. Originally, this door used to go into a set of stairs into the kitchen, kind of like a butler stair. There used to be ductwork here. They used to drip in the summertime when it would get too humid, and so we ended up finally sheetrocking that in. uh, yeah, these are what the floors used to look like in the whole house, which is these really, really, really pretty pine floors. Got the big bedroom here with the upgraded fans. Kind of a funny story, but I remember the day that I was painting this room for the first time. I was painting this room, hanging out with a friend, and I remember getting the news that Osama bin Laden had been killed. I was standing right there, and I remember that was very impactful to me. The history of a house. Bedroom number 3, if we're going to call it that. You'll be able to see the painted up garage kind of from here. Joel Kane used to live here, and he called this house the Captain Planet house because of the color scheme. And then this was Zach Dietrich, who did this tile pattern, which was such a pain in the butt, but at the time we didn't know any better, and so that's what we did. I remember this vanity, which was heavy as hell. I ended up carrying this up the stairs by myself, never again. And this is actually the original mirror that used to be here. We just spray painted it white to kind of give it a little bit of a vintage charm. And then the funniest part is this attic. When we first bought the place, they had tried to finish the attic, but it had a chimney that went right through the middle. And so what we did is we pulled the chimney out, and then we ripped out all the sheetrock and started over because they'd done such a poor job of it. But yeah, very small world so long ago. Yeah, I would never do this again. This was like way overkill. This house is like, I don't know, just way too big now. But yeah, I'm just thinking of all the people who've lived here over the years. Some of them are maybe watching now or will watch this video later. But yeah, kind of a trip down memory lane. And this one is up for rent. And so if you or anybody you know is looking for a place, send them my way or hit me up. Send them over to the website. Got to plug the website. But yeah, this is Mauricio's house. Mauricio was somebody who worked with me back in the day at Active Thermal Concepts, removing asbestos. And he was the first person who lived here, him and his family, Alberto and Susanna. So long ago. All right, you guys want to see the main floor again? That's the prettiest part. I'll show you for everybody who's kind of joining late. So the big reveal. Got the white, the cream, dark floors, classy black fixtures. The crew did a really exceptional job with this. This was very rough very recently. But yeah, just a crazy deal. This is like so many memories. But yeah, that's all I got. No major questions or anything. I don't know. Just felt like I'd take you guys on a trip down memory lane. So hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. Yeah, and if you know anybody who's looking for an awesome house, send them my way. All right, bye.